Hello, everybody. Okay, I'm live for the first time in forever. Ooh, okay. Hello, everybody. I'm waiting for some people to join in. Hello, please let me know if you come online. Just go ahead and signal me. Like, go ahead. Hello. Hi, sweetheart. Welcome. Let me know where you're watching me from, please. Hi, my love. Three people are watching. Hello, everybody. Please comment. I want to know your name, where you're watching me from. Today, I'm trying this live thing forever. This is like the first time. I'm kind of scared because I don't really know, like, I don't know. I'm trying to work this out and all of that. Hi, Vio, all the way from Canada. Yes, Brooklyn Park. That's my sister, beautiful lady, woman of God, prophetess, podcaster. She has a YouTube channel, guys. Bio Inspires also has a YouTube channel. Yes, beautiful girl, you got a YouTube channel too. Yes, my love, that's right. From Recreation Fair Miracle Ministries. That's when you know that your father is a prophet. So you gotta come live, push yourself to be a better version of yourself. So, guys, I'm so excited today. I really appreciate everybody coming in. So I was kind of nervous because I didn't know if, I'm going to have anybody come on at all. I'm so excited. Violet, how is Canada going with you? The weather there and stuff like that. Today, the weather wasn't so bad. Today, like, it was kind of warm and all of that. How's your daughter doing? Guys, as you come on, try to check Vio Inspires. She has her beautiful daughter who sings sometimes. She's doing an amazing job. Go check her out. Shanda also has a YouTube channel too. Glory Flow by Shanda. She's amazing. She's gonna be, blessing your soul and all of that. Oh, okay, that's nice, Violet. I'm actually glad that the weather is good. That's nice. Today I want us to talk about something very important, about how to get out of a toxic relationship. That's something that a lot of people are into, and they don't even know how to get out of it. Like, it's really crazy. Some people, are in relationships. First of all, this gets me thinking, like, what is a relationship? Like, anybody can get into a relationship. You can get into a relationship. I can get into a relationship. However, it takes two to tango. One person cannot be in a relationship by herself or by himself. No guy can be in a relationship by himself. Definitely, he needs some lady, for them to be in a relationship. And before I really, dive into this, hello, my love, all the way from Cameroon. Right now, it's like um 10:30, right? Oh my gosh, I really appreciate you, getting up, to kind of listen to me. I really appreciate it, my dear sister Claude. God bless you. I'm so excited. Please give me a thumbs up when you come. When you come, please give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. It means so much to me, guys. So I want us to know that we get into different kinds of relationship. We have relationship with our sisters, loved ones, your family, and all of that. And one thing that got me thinking is the fact that these relationships can also be toxic. It must not be, a relationship with, maybe your boyfriend or husband or significant other. You know, Whatever kind of relationship it is that you are in, it can still be toxic. But today I want us to kind of maybe focus on that, on a general scale, and then I want us to kind of go, to another scale or dimension of, what, I'm in a relationship with a boyfriend or a girlfriend. And guys, as you connect, please, I want you to tell me, have you ever been in a toxic relationship? And how did you get out of it? Or are you still in a toxic relationship? So, like I'm saying, please, when you come in, please give me a like. It means so much to me. Go ahead, share. If you've not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up, guys. And let me know, do you think we should be doing every Sunday? Should it be like a live stream Sunday where we get to talk and get to know each other and build this community, or how do you want us to go about it? Please let me know. I want to hear from you because it's going to mean so much to me, guys. So listen, I have so much I want to talk about toxic relationships, because coming from Cameroon in West Africa, a lot of people, I don't know if it's like a cultural thing. A lot of people, just stay in toxic relationships. And I don't know if it's because of the culture. I don't know if it's because, of whatever reason it is that people are going through, you know, please, I really, in fact, we have a lot to talk about. But before, my aim of this stream, this live stream, is at the end of it. First of all, I want us to answer, what is a toxic relationship? I want us to answer, why do people stay in toxic relationship, irrespective, of the fact that they know that it is a toxic relationship. And I want us to also answer, like, who gets into a toxic relationship? I want us to answer this question: when do people get out of a toxic relationship? When do people even get in a toxic relationship? And the very important thing is how to get out of a toxic relationship, guys. How do you get out of a toxic relationship? So the first thing is, what is a toxic relationship? Because we've been talking about toxic relationship and all whatnot. What is a toxic relationship? First of all, like I said, for us to really characterize what a toxic relationship is, we need to know what is a relationship. Like I said, a relationship involves two or more people, involves you and I. So we are having a virtual relationship, although we haven't really, spoken before. I really want to hear from you. That's why I said I want you to comment. I want us to talk, because we are in a relationship somewhat. You have relationships with your loved ones, your family, your children, and all of that. So this gets me thinking, guys. So these relationships that we have carry itself along the way in such a way that you and I, we start developing love, interest for somebody. And these relationships, will, because an ideal relationship should involve, a lot of love, caring, nurturing, happiness, joy, peace. A relationship that you are in should be able to build you up. A relationship that you are in, it should be able to push you forward. A relationship that you are in should be able to make you be a better version of yourself. So if you are in a relationship with somebody and that person or that relationship doesn't bring out the best in you, then that is not a good relationship for you, because an ideal relationship should always bring out the best in you. It should make you do the things that naturally you will not be able to do it. For example, let's say you don't like going to school, and a friend sees a potential in you that if you go to school, you should be able to realize your dreams and all whatnot. And a good friend should be able to push you to get, to do that. So this goes the same way with having a significant order. It goes, in the same way, being in a relationship with somebody. It could be a lady, it could be a guy. This guy in your relationship should be able to push you. So this girl should be able to push you as well, like, hey babe, you need to do this, you need to fulfill your purpose. Because the first important thing is, if you are in a relationship with somebody, they need to see potential in you. They must see a potential in you. They should see that goodness, something good in you, even when nobody sees anything good in you. They should be able to see a jewel in you, even when, others don't see it. So if you are in a relationship, I want us to define what a toxic relationship is. A toxic relationship stems off, rather, from a lot of insecurity. Like I always say on my channel, if you are with somebody and this person all the time, are so insecure, where are you going to? Who are you talking to? What are you doing? Are you sure you did this? And all of that. Listen, your relationship will never work, because that person is so insecure. So a toxic relationship is characterized by insecurity, a lot of self-centeredness, always about me, me, me. It's never about your partner, guys. If you are watching, please, I would like for you to give me a thumbs up. It means so much to me, guys. So a toxic relationship is characterized by a lot of insecurities, a lot of self-centeredness, a lot of domineering attitude, like, oh, it's going to be about me only. It's not going to be about you. A lot of negative attitude, a lot of not communicating with you. It's going to lack a lot of communication. There will be a lot of control, a lot of self-centeredness. A toxic relationship is going to have a lot of bitterness, a lot of dishonesty. If you are in a relationship and there's a lot of dishonesty, a lot of lack of communication, a lot of disrespect, sometimes, guys, something that kind of makes me laugh sometimes or giggle is the fact that, because in Africa, most men always like, oh, you have to respect me. A man will never tell you that, oh, I need to respect my woman. But the truth is that if a man loves you, he will naturally just respect you. So a lot of disrespect comes in. If a man is verbally abusive to you, physically, like any kind of abuse, because abuse can be physical, abuse can be emotional, abuse can be verbal abuse. Financial abuse exists. So if a guy is in a relationship with you guys and they are so abusive in whatever way, shape, or form, I'm telling you that that is a toxic relationship. Like I said before, a toxic relationship involves bad communication. The communication is terrible, always yelling, screaming, shouting, and all whatnot. You don't want to be in that kind of, relationship. Listen, if you are in a toxic relationship, another characteristic is that there's going to be a lot of resentment. A lot of resentment, guys. Like you see your partner, it's like you should just take them and choke them or something. I'm telling you that you don't want to, be in that kind of relationship. So please, I want to know, listen, guys, I want you to comment. Have you ever been in a toxic relationship? Do you know somebody who is in a toxic relationship? What are some of the characteristics, of being in a toxic relationship? I want to read from you guys. It's not like a two-way thing. I came here so we could chat. I came here so that we could talk, guys. There's a lot of resentment. Today, we are just talking about toxic relationships. A lot of people find themselves in it and they don't even have a way out of it. But I'm telling you that today, after talking, you will identify if you are in a toxic relationship or you are not in a toxic relationship. That way, you as an individual, you can better diagnose what you need to do. Like I always say, to be a better version of yourself. This channel is all about fixing each other's crowns. This channel is all about pushing you to realize that, hey, this is what I'm doing. I can do better and all whatnot, guys. I want to hear from you. Remember that we just answered what a toxic relationship is. The next question I want us to really talk about before we get into how to get out of a toxic relationship is, who gets into a toxic relationship? Is it like some particular people can get into a toxic relationship? Is it like maybe just girls can get into a toxic relationship? Is it like, oh, only boys can get into a toxic relationship? Is it like, oh, only the people from West Africa, or maybe only green people, black people can get into a toxic relationship? I want to know, who are the kind of people that can get into a toxic relationship? Just anybody can get into a toxic relationship, guys. Anybody can get into a toxic relationship. Sometimes you get into a relationship, you think it's going to be all dandy, you think it's going to be all sweet and loving and every good thing you think of. But at the end of the day, guess what? It's going to be toxic because, I have a video that I shared before on like red flags. You got to watch those red flags. When you watch those red flags, I'm telling you, you will know that, hey, I better not get into this relationship because it's going to get sad. It's going to be bad. Yeah. So who gets into it? Anybody. Nobody really prays to get into a toxic relationship. Nobody wants to be abused. Nobody wants to be, punched in the face. Nobody wants to be bitter. Nobody really wants to go out there and just be, oh my gosh, you know what, and cry and all whatnot. Nobody wants that. However, we find ourselves in it. Why? Because of certain circumstances, things beyond our control. So I want us to know, like, why do people choose to even stay in a toxic relationship when, they know that this relationship is toxic? Every day is fighting, screaming, yelling, being angry, and all whatnot. Why do people still choose to stay in this kind of relationships? Why would somebody stay in a relationship that you'll be punched in the face all the time? Why do people do that? Please, let's communicate. Do you know anybody who's been in a toxic relationship before? Do you know anybody, or have you been in a toxic relationship? What made you stay in that relationship? What actually made you to say, you know what, let me just be in it? I don't care if they are punching me in the face. I don't care if I'm being abused physically, verbally, and all whatnot. You choose to stay in it. Why do people stay in toxic relationships? People, the first thing from my end, why people choose to stay in toxic relationship is that they think that this toxic partner will actually change. Sometimes you'll be like, well, let me just stay, they will change, change is constant and all whatnot. So I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to stay. Some people say, you know what, I'm not going to break up with this person. Let me just stay in it. Things will get better. And like, to the worst of your knowledge, is going to be so detrimental to you if you do that. You think actually that, you know what, this was going to happen. They will change. They will never change. I'm telling you, some people are just so toxic. It's never, ever going to happen. Those people will still stay. They will still be who they are, who they want to be, and all whatnot. Yep. The next thing why people stay in toxic relationship is because they are so scared to start all over. They are so scared. Oh my gosh, how am I going to be by myself? I've been in a relationship for a year, for 2 years, 3 years. You know what? I'm just definitely, I'm not going to, just be like that. So I'm not going to start all over. So I'm going to stay with my partner. Some people stay in a negative or toxic relationship because of that. It's not going to work, guys. If you are in a toxic relationship, don't say, oh, I'm so scared to be alone, or I'm so scared to start all over. Go ahead and be that person. Go ahead, I'm telling you, and stay in that relationship. Is going to kill you. So don't stay. Go ahead and move out. Move out. You have better things to do with your life than leaving one individual to ruin your life, ruin your happiness. You have many things. You have a purpose to fulfill in life. You have to go out there, be a better version of yourself, guys. So the next reason why people choose to stay in a toxic relationship is because they are so scared. Oh, people are going to ask me, what happened to your relationship? Oh, I thought you were married to so and so. I thought you were dating so and so. Why are you not, together anymore? People are scared to start all over. So I'm scared people are going to ask me. If people see me by myself, I used to drive with my partner. Right now I'm driving all by myself. So what's up? What's next? What's going to happen? Hey, don't do that. Don't be that person. Go ahead and live your life. Go ahead and be you. Go ahead and be the best version of yourself. Don't be scared, like, oh, what will people say? People are going to ask. Listen, people will always ask. Come rain, come summer, come winter, snow, rain, or whatever, people are still going to ask. People will ask you, oh, where's your partner? Whether you are with them or you are not with them, people will always ask. People will talk. Some people stay in relationships because people are going to talk. People will always talk. It's now up to you. Do you want to stay in there and be bad? Irrespective of what you are doing or whatnot, people will still talk. You do good, they talk. You do bad, they talk. You're in your toxic relationship, they will talk. You leave the toxic relationship, they will still talk. So are you going to do what you need to do to save your life and your happiness, or what? Guys, listen, some people stay in toxic relationships because of kids and family and all whatnot. That is a very bad reason for you to be in a toxic relationship, guys. Listen, if you are watching me, I've known people, and by the grace of God, I've spoken to some people who have been in toxic relationships, and they've spoken with me and confided in me. Sometimes they're like, oh, I already have kids for this person. What am I, gonna do? Let me just be in the toxic relationship because of the kids. Nobody got time for that, guys. If you stay in that relationship, somebody's gonna probably punch you in the face. You lose your eye, And what are you gonna say? Tell the kids that, oh, your dad did punch me in the face because I was staying in here because of this. Oh, you know what? Maybe this bad thing happened to me. I was just being in there. Your mom was so bad and toxic to me. That's why I'm going to, just go ahead and stay. Listen, those kids are gonna live their lives. Those kids will always be there. They'll come and go, and you will remain in that relationship. I know the last time I read my Bible, the Bible says that children are a gift from God. You cannot stay in a toxic relationship and expect that, hey, I'm doing it for my kids. Your kids will marry tomorrow. Your kids will come tomorrow, get married, and live their life, live their best life and all whatnot. And you will be there suffering. Life is too short. Listen, you don't want to have high blood pressure. There are a lot of diseases out there. There's high blood pressure. There's a lot of people who become so suicidal because they're in toxic relationships. Your children will come when they are 18, 20 years old maximum, they'll go get married. If you have kids that are girls, someone is going to marry them and they go. If you have boys, or probably marry some lady, and the lady is going to be so amazing, love them even more than you, and they will live their lives and go wherever, have fun and forget about you, and you're going to be in the same house with a total stranger. So don't say, I'm going to stay in this toxic relationship because of my kids. No, be in a relationship for yourself. Every other person can come in any disorder. Any other person can be whenever, they can come whenever. That's right, Claude. Someone will be like, yeah, that's right. They'll be like, oh, I'm here because of my children or my child. And before you know it, please, God, those kids are a blessing. You will still love your children with or without that relationship. With or without your partner, you will still love your children. Your children will still love you regardless if you're together with your partner or not. So, and I always say that having a kid or having children is no yardstick for a relationship to even last or work. Because if you have a boyfriend or if you're married to somebody or whatnot, and it's like this partner is so toxic to you, oh, I'm going to be there because of my children. Listen, time is the only thing that is so constant. Change is constant. So with time, those children will grow and leave the house. So what's going to happen to you? You'll be home, right? Who are you going to be home with? You'll be home with your partner. Exactly, Shanda. Exactly, ma'am. Your kids will carry those toxic behaviors. That's right. They'll carry those negative, toxic behaviors into their own relationships. And they would think that, and the thing is, they would think that being toxic is actually a good way of doing stuff. That's why, kids are like copycats. Sometimes they'll punch somebody in the face, and you'll be like, where did you learn that? That's because they see the people around them punching, beating, or doing stuff. So kids grow up thinking that that is correct. When you are in a toxic relationship, yelling, screaming, fighting all the time, verbal fights, physical fights, emotional fights, your kids grow up doing the same thing. Not because your kids, want to do that. They do that, they think that's the right way to do things. It's only when maybe they really grow to maturity and all whatnot and all of that. That's right. Kids absorb everything. So it's only when they get to a certain maturity, or maybe they have a mentor, or they grow to love God, and God begins to shape those attitudes, those behaviors. Because when they see those things become your child's character. That's right. Those things become your child's character, or the people around you is like a normal thing. It's a normal thing. That's how it should be. But I'm telling you guys, this thing about toxic relationships, you see a lot of people. You see somebody who can have a very beautiful and bright future. And you guess what happens to them? Because they're in a toxic relationship, their destiny is thwarted. Because they're in a toxic and abusive relationship, nothing starts working for them anymore. There's something that really hurt my heart so much. Is there was this video that was all over YouTube, and it was this pastor from Florida. He had always been threatening his wife all the time, like, oh, I'm gonna shoot you, oh, I'm gonna kill you, punch this lady, do all kinds of funny things to this girl. And guess what? One day this man went to this lady's workplace, shot this lady in the head, and right now I know he's in jail somewhere, in prison somewhere, and all whatnot. But the thing that really hurt me was this lady was in that relationship. Although they never had kids, she was there every day. Probably she was praying, crying, and all of that. It's high time you shouldn't use foolishness when it's time for you to just act. Use wisdom, act the way you should act, and she was there all the time. I remember one of the videos, the uncle or the brother was telling this lady, said, hey, you have to tell the police, walk out of this relationship. And she was still there. Maybe she thought that, this man would change, which was our first point. You're still in that toxic relationship because you think that this person would change, but this person never changed. This person never changed. This person was even becoming worse as the day goes by. Guess what? This guy killed this lady. Where's she now? She probably had a bright future, a lives to impact in her generation, and she was being so stupid and foolish to stay in there. God, sorry, may her soul rest in peace. I don't really mean like her, the lady who died in question, but I mean generally, you're still in that relationship thinking, oh, it's gonna change, it's gonna do that. But now look, you're gone. Your partner killed you because that was a toxic relationship. What is going on now? You've left your loved ones, well wishers. They are all weeping. Oh, I miss this person. Why? Because you were called into an early grave. Someone out of their careless, act and being self-centered, being insecure because of inferiority complex. They shot you, and we are mourning you. That's something that is really bad. I want you guys, please, I want to really hear from you. What do you think? What really makes people stay in toxic relationship? That's right. Shanda is saying the funny thing is kids always know who the toxic parent is. They will now let them know when they grow up. That's right. Yeah, the thing is, like we said, kids always look. Kids are always looking. Kids are always watching. Like I said, they are copycats. People stay in toxic relationships, because of the kids, but the kids are watching. The kids know the left and the right. That's right. When someone tells you, oh, yeah, I'm going to kill you, you have to take it seriously. That's right. You don't have to, oh, yeah, because, even the Bible says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. If someone tells you, hey, I'm going to kill you, that is a verbal thing. What are you still doing in that relationship? There are some little jokes. I'm always going to say this, like, oh, I can't stand, if I'm talking to somebody. Ebika, you're so welcome on here. Please go ahead and give me a thumbs up, please. I'll appreciate it so much. You're welcome to my first live stream. We are talking about toxic relationship. How can people get out of it? Because before, getting out of it, we are just trying to lay a foundation on why do people stay in toxic relationship. Ebika, I want to hear from you. Have you ever been in a toxic relationship? Do you know anybody who's been in a toxic relationship? And why do people even stay in the toxic relationship? What are some of the reasons, that people, do? Why are people in toxic relationship? Like the one I'm just talking about before this explanation. Shanda is just saying that lots of people sometimes, they'll tell you, like, hey, I'm gonna kill you. Like the example I'm giving, the pastor on Facebook, I saw the thing. The pastor told his wife, I'm gonna kill you. Not even one time, not two times, a lot of times. And it's the same thing all the time. And this person still keeps on staying in the relationship. And this guy finally killed the lady. If someone is angry with you, the Bible says, out of the abundance of their heart, the mouth speaketh. If someone can say, I will kill you, it means they've thought about it. That is without doubt. Oh, Sister Mercy, you're so welcome on here. I'm happy to meet you on here. Well, Sister Mercy, yeah, what you're saying is right too. That's why I'm doing this video, to kind of sensitize people. Some people don't even know that they can get out. Some people, because for some people to actually stay in this relationship, they have been brainwashed. They think that that is the right thing to do. So the thing is, if someone really keeps telling you all the time, like, hey, I'm going to do this for you, oh, you are so bad, oh, I'm going to kill you and all whatnot. Listen, and you keep doing the same thing over and over. That's why you need people around you that, will push you forward. That's why you need people around you that will make you to be a better version of yourself. That's why you need people around you that will point you to the right direction. I did a video the other time about red flags. It's very important for us to know those red flags, that, hey, this is a red flag. You can't do this. You can not do this to me, because, hey, it's already a pointer that you are this kind of person. So if someone threatens you, listen. If someone threatens you, you have to really take it to consideration, take it serious. Like, oh, you know what? Yeah, this is what this person is saying, and I believe them when they say the things that they say. Okay, Ebika is saying she's never been in a toxic relationship. That's right. It's good to always leave it when you smell it from afar. That's why, nobody ever really wants to be in a toxic relationship. The only thing is, you know what, you have to watch for the red flags, pray and say, you know what, I'm going to get out when the time comes. You're welcome, Sister Mercy. Oh, yes, Sister Shanda, that's right. For you to actually get out, you have to make up your mind, like, you know what, I'm going to get out. We're going to get to that point very soon. And one thing, too, some of the reasons why people stay in a toxic relationship is because they, as individuals, they actually say, you know what, I've invested so much in this relationship. So I'm not going to go out. I'm just going to stay. This relationship has taken 3 years of my life, 4 years of my life, 5 years of my life. So you know what? I'm just going to stay. Oh, I've put so much money into this relationship. Let me not get out of it. Please give me a thumbs up, guys. It's going to mean so much to me. And please go ahead and share and invite other people, other women or people that you think that they can benefit from this. So like I was saying, it's high time we as people, we have to say, you know what, this is a red flag. This is what my partner said. I'm not even going to marry you. I'm going to move on. You deserve better rather. You are worthy. You don't have to make someone make you feel so insecure. That's right, because some people actually stay in relationships because they're scared of getting out. Yeah, they feel trapped and they think that's exactly another good point. They think that, they cannot have a better relationship. Ebika is doing she's a YouTuber as well, guys. Please go check her out. Go ahead and subscribe to her channel too. I watched her content and she's doing amazing. So please go check her out. Do her, show her some love and all those kind of good, yummy stuff that we do on this channel, guys. Yeah, some people, like I said, they'll be like, "Oh my God," because of low self-esteem. Actually, thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate it. Please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Yes, guys, like that's it. Some people stay in toxic relationships because of low self-esteem. Like the people around me and the people that know me and I know them. One thing I always tell them, hey, I always compliment them. Hey, you're beautiful. Or you're this. I don't say those things because I just want to say it, but because when you tell somebody that, hey, you can do this, oh, you can do that, it builds them up. It makes them to be like, oh wow, so I can do this. So my sister, she's watching. I'm not going to call her name, but she's somebody that she has so much potential. But because she's like my sister, I always tell her, hey, you have to do this, do this. And sometimes because I say it a lot, it makes her like, oh my gosh, okay, I'm just going to do it just to please you, like to get you off my back. So one of the reasons why people get into toxic relationships is because the people around them, they don't even see any good in them. Just because, we women are good at when people sweet talk us, when people tell you that, oh, you know what, you're good, or just tell you some crazy stuff that maybe nobody ever told you before. You just go ahead and you're like, oh, you know what, this man is telling me this thing, so he probably just loves me. And you go ahead and you stay in there because, oh, you know what, nobody had ever told me that I'm beautiful. Growing up, nobody ever told me that I'm worthy. Growing up, I never had a big sister, I never had a father figure, I never had a mother in my life. So if this lady is doing these things to me, maybe she loves me. Just because a lady is cooking for you day in, day out, doesn't mean that she's not toxic. I'm telling you, some women are so toxic as well, very bad and negative. You see a man who will take care of the bills, love you, feed you, clothe you, do every good thing for you. And as a woman, you are so toxic. This toxicity doesn't only go to women and to women only, and it doesn't go to men only. Like some men, you see them suffering. You see a man, he's going to do a 9-to-5 job, work day in, day out, and when this man comes back home, there's no food for him to eat. And you are a lady and you have been in the house the whole day. What have you been doing? You don't even have kids that you say, oh, you know what, I'm taking care of my kids. If you are a guy and you are watching me, please, I want to know, have you ever been in a toxic relationship? I want to really know, please. Thank you so much, Ebika. Thank you for the thumbs up. That's right. People, need to hear that, oh, for nothing. We are a community over here. I'm ready. I've watched your videos. You're doing such a good job. Keep doing that as well. Guys, I'm telling you, there are some women who are so toxic. They are so toxic. Remember, before we said that today we are talking about how to get out of a toxic relationship. But before we want to get into that proper, we are just, laying the foundation of, what a toxic relationship is. We are talking, why are people still in toxic relationships when they see the red flags? You see, some of my sisters, they are so bad. All they think about is themselves, because remember, we said that toxic relationships stem off from like being self-centered. Everything is about you. You see, like some of my beautiful sisters, you will see some of us women, we are so toxic. All you think about is yourself, 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 you, yourself, and you. It's like me, myself, and I. All the time is only about you. And as a woman too, or as a man, maybe because you never had a mother figure in your life, you're like, oh, you know what? I'm just going to be there. Oh, my mom never cooked for me. She never cleaned. She never did this. Just because a lady is doing those things doesn't mean that she is like not toxic as well. And the crazy thing about it is, for a woman to be toxic, she's going to do her toxicity in a very silent way. And she's going to be very dangerous. On the other side, a man's own toxicity is going to be more physical, like verbal. He's probably going to punch you and do all whatnot. Remember that a woman is the one who cooks in the house. If a lady is toxic to you, there's high chances of her poisoning your food. If a lady is toxic, she may not say it verbally, because if she talks, if she's like verbal about it, you may be like, you may retaliate and all whatnot. This is not just like a one-way thing, it's like a two-way thing. Men are toxic, women are toxic as well. The truth is that a lot of people right now, we know a lot of things like, oh, men are toxic. But for women are very toxic. It's just that a lot of people don't talk about it. I'm telling you, if you are a lady and you are this toxic kind, you are so insecure, you are so self-centered, you are so domineering, you want to dominate, you have a very bad and terrible attitude, and you're not a teachable person, you are so controlling, you are so bitter, you are so dishonest. Look, those are all characteristics or character traits of a toxic relationship. If you are a lady and you are like that, there's always room for you to grow. That's why for my men who are watching, I was talking about, red flags. You have to watch those red flags. Watch those red flags. And I'm telling you that those red flags would really, really help you. Like we said, anybody can find his or herself in a toxic relationship. A guy who is so handsome, has all the money, is walking around looking for true love. Before you know it, oh, this lady, you think she's all beautiful, because men are carried away by looks. My father in the Lord, he always tells us that your looks will attract a man, but your attitude will keep it. It's the same thing with us ladies. You're looking, you're always like, you're a lady and you are looking and you're like, oh, I'm looking for a man who is going to love me, who appreciate me, who will value me and all whatnot. Guess what? Before you know it, you find yourself in a toxic relationship. Before you know it, you find yourself in this guy. Who is he? He's very toxic. Just because, most of us women, we are looking for men that have money, who are already made, who are all six packs and educated and all these ideal portfolio or ideal, everything should be on point. Everything, the bank accounts check, the height check, everything is like so perfect. And before you know it, this guy is very toxic. Sometimes all those things are just packaging. It's just packaging. We women, if we are there, like I said, thank you so much for connecting. Hello to you. How you doing? How is Texas? The weather there is bad. Hope you are safe with your family. Like I'm saying, we have to watch for those red flags. Don't say, oh my God, people would think that it's my fault. And one thing I notice, a lot of people always say, oh, this relationship didn't work out, it's the lady's fault. In some cultures, they'll say, oh, it's the man's fault. It's nobody's fault that that relationship didn't work out. Maybe it was just not meant to be. Don't say I'm going to stay in this relationship because, hey, you know what, oh, I'm going to stay there, and if I go, people would think that I'm so bad. People would think that, oh, I'm good for nothing. Please leave that relationship, because you don't want to stay in there and your life is going to be at risk. Your people, there are people who care about you, just one human being, than one human being rather. You will not jeopardize your life because of this girl or this guy. Please, there are people that love you. You have a life to live. You have a destiny to fulfill. You have children that you are going to give birth to, and if you already have children that will take care of you, that will value you. The other day I was talking to my sister. I was just telling her, I was like, this life, no balance at all. Like, this life is not balanced. You will see somebody who is going to tell you, oh my gosh, you know what? I'm so hungry. I really want to eat. But there's someone somewhere that doesn't even have food. You'll see somebody saying that, you know what? I wish I had this. I had a car. But there's somebody that has a car. They cannot even drive it. So what am I trying to tell you? There is somebody somewhere who will always appreciates you, who will always value you more than that person. You think that your life is not going to be better without them. Instead, when you keep that toxic person in your life, you will never get a person that is a healthy person for you to have a healthy relationship. What am I saying? There's this irony, sometimes if you, like, for example, I'm having this bottle of water. If I'm holding it and you want to give me juice, so far as I'm holding it, I cannot take or collect that juice from you. It's the same thing. As I'm holding it, I will never, ever, never take your juice. It's until I drop it down, my hands are free, that I'm going to take the juice that is from your hand or that you're giving to me. So until you let go of that toxic relationship, you can never have a healthy relationship. Exactly, Claude. There's some people say, oh, everybody knows about this person, so I can't leave. Oh, I've been flaunting them on social media. So I cannot even let them go. Please, you have to let them go. Nigerian man will say, Biko, Biko, no, leave them, let them go. Please, if you are in a toxic relationship, if you're a beautiful lady, this guy keeps punching you all the time, and you have to do your pancake, Mary Kay makeup, you put all kinds of layers of foundation to cover it up, just because you don't want to be shamed out there. Leave it, let go, move on. Let go of that toxic relationship. I'm telling you, there is somebody out there who is going to value you, who is going to appreciate you, who is going to love you. Hi, Nathan, you're welcome. Today's video, we're talking about toxic relationship. How can we get out of toxic relationships? Right now, we are talking about why do people stay in toxic relationships. Nathan, want to hear, where are you watching us from? Have you ever been in a toxic relationship? Have you ever been in a toxic relationship? Guys, I'm telling you, sometimes, like I said, you think, oh, it's my fault. Oh my gosh, it's my fault. That's why I'm still in this toxic relationship. Oh, Nathan, you have been with your old girlfriend in a toxic relationship. Oh my gosh. Nathan, what made you stay in it longer than you expected? A lot of people, Nathan. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry to hear that she gave you nothing. Nathan, we're talking about the fact that women are also very toxic, although men are toxic too. Over here today, we're trying to make this awareness to people. A lot of people, we have our loved ones in toxic relationships, not because they really want to stay in there. It's just because of some unforeseen circumstances. They find themselves that they didn't know that that person will be toxic, but they gave their love, their everything to somebody, and this one person just made their life miserable. Yes, guys. So I think we're doing pretty good. So, guys, if you are interested in, for me, I always say, that beauty involves, your body, soul, and spirit. On my channel, I have cooking videos, I have talks about relationship, and I have anything beauty related. I always tell people that to me, beauty is a balance of everything. You can never be beautiful on the outside if you are not beautiful on the inside. Beauty is from inside out. So if you don't eat healthy, if there's no balance with what you eat, with what you say, with who you are, who you surround yourself with, life can never be the same for you. Thank you so much, Nathan, for your subscription. I appreciate it. It means so much to me, Nathan. Yeah, I really appreciate it. So if you are in a toxic relationship, I'm telling you, you can never, ever be happy. If you are in a toxic relationship, you can never be able to be joyful. Look, if you are in a toxic relationship, no matter how you dress good, no matter the kind of makeup you do, you never look good. Why? Because you are in a toxic relationship. It's like, you didn't take a shower and you just take your perfume and then you spread it all over you to smell good. That's exactly the same thing. It's never gonna work like that. Never ever gonna work. It's never ever gonna work. It's never gonna work. I'm telling you, if you eat all the good food you think of and you don't feel loved, what is going to happen? That food, you will never see it materialize on you. That's why you see some people sometimes they'll be like, I'm not even eating anything. Or people be like, oh, you're looking so good, beautiful, handsome. Why? Because you have your peace of mind. So on this channel, guys, or on my channel, I'm doing food videos. Everything is a balance of, we have talks here, we have food videos, we have anything beauty related. We are here to fix each other's crowns. We are here to push each other to be a better version of ourselves. Today, we are talking about how to get out of that toxic relationship. We already defined what a toxic relationship is. Oh, Nathan, that's great. I'm happy to hear that you had to end your relationship. And that relationship, it was worth ending it. I'm so happy to hear from you. When you say that, that means a lot. I've had friends too that have been in a toxic relationship. Some people don't want to start afresh. Some people want to start afresh. You always say that, oh my gosh, it's so much, it's hard and all whatnot. How am I going to do it and all whatnot? I'm telling you, it's always going to be worth it. So I want us to answer this other question, like, when do people get into a toxic relationship? I said that, I highlighted that there's no time frame, for you to get into a toxic relationship. There's no time, when you meet somebody, like I spoke about the red flags. When you see somebody, immediately you meet them, you're already in a toxic relationship. Because if you meet them and you start talking with them and all of that and all whatnot, hey, guess what? Before you know it, you're dating that person. Before you know it, that's already a toxic relationship. Why? Because we always neglect the red flags. There are so many red flags that we need to watch out for. We don't watch out for it. We don't watch out for those red flags. We don't nip those things in the bud. We don't set boundaries. Somebody, you just meet somebody and you guys are just talking and they just tell you, get out of here, you stupid girl. Oh, you never say, hey, don't say that to me. You go ahead, oh yeah, oh, don't mind, you think it's love. Before you know it, from being stupid, they start telling you that in public where everybody's there, they embarrass you. Before you know it, it starts becoming very, not only verbal, emotionally, they're traumatizing you. Physically, before you know it, they start punching you in the face, and then it's too late. Why? Because you did not nip that bad attitude in the bud when it started. You have to nip it in the bud. When someone tells you, oh, you are good for nothing. Hey, you are not worthy. Oh, you are good for nothing. Tell them I'm good for something, and tell them right there and there. You don't want to hear that. That should not be in your own, your own, where you are, in your sphere, in your own circle. That is not going to work. You can't tell me that. When you say that, I'm telling you, people, you are going to nip it in the bud. You set boundaries initially. Hey, no, it's not going to work. That is not going to happen. You nip it in the bud. Immediately you do nip it in the bud. I'm telling you, people, that will not happen again. Some of us find ourselves in, toxic relationships because of our environment as well. Hi, Dr. Rockies. How you doing? How's Cameroon today? Thank you so much for coming on. Today we are talking about how to get out of toxic relationship. Guys, you can go check Dr. Rocky out. He is a YouTuber as well. He's doing nice motivational content. He's doing great job, guys. Go check him out. Show him some love as well. Dr. Rocky, are you in Cameroon or where are you? That's nice. That's nice. So, guys, like I'm saying, we as individuals, sometimes our environment causes us to actually, stay in toxic relationships. Oh, this person said this. So maybe you'll probably always be like that. I always say this, that we are not a product of our environment. But sometimes the environment can cause us to stay in toxic relationships. Oh, growing up, my dad always treated my mom like that. So I think that, yeah, it's okay to be in a toxic relationship. Oh, it's a tradition here, I'm this so and so culture. Men have to treat women like that. Dr. Rocky, send us some good food from Cameroon, please. I want snails. Go ahead and send it, guys. Talking about food, we have nice Cameroon food, I'm telling you. Nice Cameroon food. If you want to see some of the Cameroon food that we have, go ahead and check my video. I have a playlist of all the cooking meals. Listen, you need a Cameroon wife in your life. If you are out there, you need a Cameroon woman. She's going to cook you all the healthy food, nice, yummy. Listen, you're not going to have all the extra food, baby food, or food babies. You're not going to have that. So you need somebody. If you don't have a Cameroon wife, you need somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody whose uncles, nephews, sisters, brothers, nieces, auntie, or somehow is from Cameroon. Like, you need a relationship, someone who is going to come from Cameroon, guys. Yeah, guys, Cameroon food is good, it's healthy. We have lots of food, it's spicy. Now it's winter time. You need some pepper soup in your life and all kinds of stuff, guys. So we are still talking about how to get out of a toxic relationship, guys. We've been talking about toxic relationships, how do people get into it, and all of that. That's right. Claudette is saying that we really need God, no matter the kind of relationship you are in, to let God to be the first in your relationship. That's right. That's right. We actually, as individuals, we actually have to depend on God. Because listen, I've realized that you can never really know somebody in entirety. Because today, this person, like some people say that women are like bipolar. Today they want this, the next day they don't want it. So it's the same thing, guys. Listen, that's right. That's right. So we need God in our relationships. We need God in our relationships, because you can never know a human being in entirety. You can never know somebody from like beginning to the end. You always learn, somebody daily. As the day unfolds, you know the person, because people will always change. Maybe what you liked to do 3 years ago is not what you're doing right now. What you've always wanted to do 50 years ago or 10 years ago is not what you're doing now. Guys, how do we get out of a toxic relationship? The first thing is you have to accept, like make up your mind that, you know what, I want to get out of a toxic relationship. That's the very first thing. How do you get out of a toxic relationship? You have to say, you know what, this thing is not working. Accept that, you know what, this is a toxic relationship. I'm going to leave this relationship. Accept that that relationship is toxic. Accept to leave it. The very next thing to get out of a toxic relationship is you have to set boundaries. Setting boundaries is very important. Setting boundaries after accepting that, hey, you know what? I'm done. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. So the very thing I have to do is I have to set boundaries. Yeah, I'm not going to be in this relationship where you're so abusive to me. I'm not going to do that. So guess what? I'm moving on. I'm moving on. You accept that you need to move on. You set boundaries and move on. That's the first reason or the first thing that you can do to get out of a toxic relationship rather. Guys, let me know if you have ever been in a toxic relationship. Do you know anybody who has ever been in a toxic relationship? How did you get out? Or how did your loved one, how did they get out of that toxic relationship? Please, I want to read from you. Remember that this is a communication, it's a conversation. We can make this work, guys. How can someone get out of a toxic relationship? Like I said, the very first thing is acceptance. You got to accept that, hey, you know what? I am. This is a toxic relationship. You accept it and then you set boundaries. Yes, I am or I have been in one. So right now, not anymore. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. The very next thing is that you have to ask for help, guys. For you to get out of a toxic relationship, it's not like a one day thing. It's not like today I just woke up and boom, boom, I'm getting out of a toxic relationship. That's not how it works. You have to ask for help. It's okay to ask for help. I tell people around me, it's okay to ask people to help you. It's okay to ask somebody to say, you know what, I need your help. It's okay to ask somebody like, hey, you know what, please help me do this. It's okay to ask somebody, I cannot do this. This thing is overwhelming. Help me. Help me. It's okay. You need to ask for help from people around you, from people in your inner circle, from your loved ones. It's okay to go for therapy. That is a way for you to get out of a toxic relationship. It's okay, guys. It's so okay to ask for help. We all need one another. You know, there's this African proverb that says that a broomstick by itself is gonna easily break. But when you have a bundle of it, you can tie it and it's going to be difficult for you to break it. Just like your spaghetti, when you have it at home, what happened to it? It's always going to be there. Your spaghetti will be there. But if you have one, you can easily break it. But when it's a bundle, you need a lot of energy to even break it apart. If you are watching me, guys, and you are in a toxic relationship, you don't deserve that. You are a worthy person. You can be a guy or a lady watching me. You don't deserve to stay there being abusive. Someone is abusing you physically, emotionally, materially, financially. Someone is being abusive and it's a very toxic relationship and it's not good or healthy for you guys. If you are watching, you can get right out of there. You need help. I'm here. If you think you need someone to talk to, go ahead and contact me. We could talk about that. The next thing, guys, for you to get out of a toxic relationship is that you need to increase your self-worth and your self-esteem. A lot of people, you see a lot of people, they are well packaged. A lot of people are out there, they are all put together. You see them having the most expensive things that you can ever think of in this world or in this life. But the funny thing, the annoying thing in quotes is they are all broken. A lot of people are broken. By the grace of God, I've spoken to some people and I talked to some people. A lot of people that we see out here, just because maybe they have some great titles, just because they have maybe a PhD in something, or maybe just because they are married already, or just because you see them, they drive the best and luxurious cars, they dress good, they always look put together. A lot of them are broken. A lot of them have a not so good self-esteem, bad, terrible self-esteem. Guys, if you are watching me, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. It means so much to me. A lot of people, you see them, they are dressing also bougie, wearing all kinds of designer and luxury things, but they are broken deep within because they are in toxic relationships. Why? Because their self-esteem has been crushed. Their self-worth has been tampered with. Guys, if you are watching me, I'm telling you, one thing that we do on this channel is that we actually boost each other's confidence. A lot of people, their self-confidence, their self-worth has been destroyed. That's why they choose to stay in it. But for you to get out of that, I'm here to tell you that you are beautiful, or you are handsome, you are worthy, you are amazing, you are beautiful. Maybe some people, it's going to shock you that they're in relationships, but since the year started, they've never had any good, even one word of affirmation sent towards their direction from their loved ones. I'm telling you that you watching me, you are beautiful, you are amazing. You don't have to keep being in that toxic relationship. You need to increase your self-worth, your self-esteem. How do you actually increase your self-worth or your self-esteem? You do that by surrounding yourself with people that will boost your self-confidence. There will be people in your life, not because you have a relationship with them, but you will always have people in your life who will boost you up, who will tell you they believe in you, who will tell you that, hey, I need you to do this, who will make you accountable. You will always have people who will love you more than you can ever think or imagine. Look, there are some people that when you come in contact with and when you get to talk to them, it's like you've known them your entire life. It's like you've known them forever. There are some people that you may just know them for a few months or few weeks. And when you start talking to them, you realize that, wow, where has this person been my whole life? And you don't necessarily need to be in an erotic relationship with them or so. There are some people that will just love you, believe in you, push you to be a better version of yourself. And in this, or on my channel rather, we are here to do just that. You need to increase your self-esteem, increase your self-worth. How can you do that? Reading self-help books, talking to somebody who is going to boost your confidence. Nobody knows it all. Nobody knows everything all by his or herself. Nobody knows everything like, oh, I know this, I can do it without this person. No, that's why you are there. That's why I am here. We are here to help each other up. You know, one finger can never wash itself. If this, my index finger is dirty, I can never wash it by itself. I can't even use only two hands or two fingers and it's clean enough. I cannot even use my one hand and wash everything because the back of my hand is still going to be dirty. It's not going to be clean. So I need both of my hands to wash it. For your self-esteem to be elevated, you and I need each other. We need each other more than we can think or imagine to build you up, to say you are worthy, to say you are beautiful, to say you are amazing, to say you can do this, to shun out all the toxicity and negativity. Guys, for you to get out of a toxic relationship, you need to express your feeling. How do you get out of a toxic relationship? You should be able to express your feeling. If you're in a relationship, you cannot express your feeling, so bad for you. So bad for you. For you to get out of that, you need to express your feeling. You need to express your emotion. We all have emotions. That is why we have blood flowing through our veins. That's why we have blood flowing through our veins. When you cut the vein or whatever, it's not just water alone that gushes out, blood does. It means we have feelings, we have emotions. That's why we need each other. That's why we need one another. So for you to get out of a toxic relationship, you need to express your feelings. Emotionally, it can be verbally, it can be physically, however it is that you express your feelings. Move out of it and express it either by talking to someone, of which we already spoke about that. You can write it. Some people are so artistic. You can draw your feelings and emotions, and all of that is going to help you. And I know we already spoke about expressing, I know we spoke about deciding, making a decision to move out of that toxic relationship. So if you actually decide to move out of that toxic relationship, guys, I'm telling you, you need to stick to that plan. Because a toxic partner is going to be more of like, yes, maybe they punch you in the face. The next thing they will do is, oh, I'm so sorry, let's move forward, that's bygones, let's do whatever we can do better and all whatnot. They will come and apologize and all of that. But if you want to move forward, you need to make that decision that I'm moving forward and stick to that plan. Stick to that ability for you to move out of that toxic relationship. You need to stick to it. Say, you know what, I've planned to move, so I'm sticking to it. I'm moving out. I'm moving forward. You have to stick to it. Don't say I'm moving. Don't pack all your things and go out and then come right back in and say, oh my gosh, all whatnot, and keep explaining and all whatnot. Stick to it. You got to stick to the plan. If you are moving forward, stick to it. If you are moving ahead, stick to it. You have to surround yourself with positive people. For you to get out of a toxic relationship, you must surround yourself with positive people. People that love you, people that value you. People that believe in you. You can't keep being in that toxic relationship, that relationship that is not going to take you anywhere, that is going to ruin you. You have to surround yourself positive people, people that will love you, that will not judge you. Because sometimes, we have people that will be so judgmental, that will judge you and say, oh, you're good for nothing. This relationship is failing. It's all your fault. You don't need such people in your life. You don't need such people. You don't need such people, guys. I'm telling you, being in a toxic relationship is very, very, very common. Common, rather. It's very, very common. It's very, very. But what will make a difference is, are you going to just sit there and listen to yourself cry all the time? Are you just going to sit there and weep? Are you just going to sit there and be like, oh my gosh, how is this going to happen? You watching me, you can make that decision to actually move out. You can make that decision to get out of the toxic relationship, out of all the toxicity. You can make that decision to do that. And that decision, there's this proverb, it says that a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step. Getting out of that toxic relationship involves you making that bold decision, like, I want to get out. And when you do, you stick to your plan, you move. Yes, guys. Yes, Violet, that's right. That's right. Sometimes it's so difficult for us to trust, people, especially after getting out of a toxic relationship. But I'm telling you that for you, when you get out of a toxic relationship, you need to heal. And when you heal, healing is not a day's job. It's not like I broke up yesterday and yesterday, Saturday, and today is Sunday. I am actually just going to, boom, like that. Just boom, like that. No, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. You don't just say, boom, yeah, I was in a toxic relationship, so right now I'm no longer in a toxic relationship. No, automatically I've been healed. No, healing involves a time. Healing is a process. Healing is a process. You don't just get up and say, I'm healed already. Because sometimes to even prove that you have really and truly healed, you need, I'm telling you, as a beautiful lady or a handsome guy that you are, you need time. And because you cannot trust anybody after not, the hurt and stuff like that. To prove that you are truly healed, you can now trust somebody again. Yeah. I always say this in all my videos, guys. We need each other. You can get out of that toxic relationship. You can get out. Sometimes, maybe growing up, and one of the things I know I kind of highlighted, one of the things that make people to stay in toxic relationship is also from the fact that they never had maybe any background or anybody, loving them. telling them that they are beautiful and they are worthy and all whatnot. Maybe growing up as a girl, maybe you never had your father in your life. You just get up and your relationships are a mess, terrible, crazy, and all whatnot. Not because you want to have such bad relationships, but just because of circumstances that were beyond your control. I'm not here to body shame you or shame you. And sometimes also, maybe you're not okay with, of who you are. You're not okay maybe with the kind of shape that you are. Guys, get out of that toxic relationship. When you get out of it, it's time for you to start working on yourself, start improving yourself, start being a better version of yourself. If you need to work out to lose some weight, you should start doing it. If you need to maybe get into a school, you need to start doing that. If you need to get out of, your comfort zone, learn something, learn a trade, start a business, go to school, be a better version of you guys. I've seen situations that people treat other people that I know really bad. You can do better. You deserve better, guys. Please, guys, if you have any question for me, I'm almost done. If you have any question for me, go ahead and write. I'll be glad to answer your question. I will be glad to answer any question that you have for me. This was actually my first live stream, guys. I don't know how did I do. I was so tense. I was like, well, it's one of those things that I say all the time. We can do it. We can push ourselves. This is my first live stream. I was kind of anxious, like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna say? How is it gonna be, and all of that. I don't know. It's been like an hour we've been talking. It's not just about me talking, it's about everybody talking too, guys. Please go ahead, give me a thumbs up, share with people. This means a lot to me. If you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel, guys. Over here, we build each other up. We tell people, I have a vision. I have a mandate to tell people around me that you are beautiful. You are the beauty of Christ. There was one time in my life I used to kind of suffer too, from this kind of inferiority complex, like, oh, I'm not beautiful enough. Oh, I'm not beautiful. I'm not worthy. But guess what? When the Lord started talking to me, He started training me, started building me up. He started telling me that I'm beautiful. He started telling me that I'm the beauty of Christ. It doesn't matter who says whatever. People will always say, they will always talk. The most important thing is God is telling me that I am beautiful. He's telling me that I am worthy. Even when people will tell you that you're not deserving of it, you are beautiful. You are amazing. It doesn't matter. There's this pigeon thing. They say any Ben pot gets it covered. It doesn't matter. You may see a lot of flaws in you, but there is somebody out there who will always value you, not for who you are outwardly, but for who you are from inside out. Yes, guys. That's right, guys. Thank you so much, guys. We are almost done with the live stream. If you have any question for me, go ahead and write it down. So, excuse me, I was thinking that maybe we could have like Sundays should be for live streams where I come on here, we could just talk, encourage each other, build each other up, and all whatnot, guys. I think that we can do this if we set our minds to do it. What do you think? Do you think we should come on here sometimes and just talk, have a conversation, grow the community? What do you think that we could do? Let me know, guys, in the comments below or in the live stream live chat. Just go ahead and do it. We'll soon be done in few minutes, guys. We can do this together. This is a community. We can build each other up. And I want to just encourage somebody. It doesn't matter what you're going through. You can do what you set your mind to do. I want you to go for your dreams, set realistic goals, go for it, hustle, and I'm telling you, pray hard, work hard, and you would realize and achieve just anything that you put your mind to do it, guys. And without further ado, I have just 2 more minutes to go, guys. If you are watching, I just want you to know that you're amazing. Thank you so much for coming on this live stream. It means so much to me. I really, really appreciate it for all the support, all the love, and everything, guys. Thank you guys so much. This was actually my first live stream. You guys made me feel so loved. You guys made me feel so welcome. I really appreciate it. and this day. God bless you guys. Enjoy the rest of your week, your upcoming week. Blessings. Like I said, if you need somebody to talk to, go ahead and just boom, write to me, text me, let me know, guys. I would like to connect with you on a personal note. Remember that you are beautiful. Remember that you are the beauty of Christ. Remember that every good thing will always have challenges. So if you are going through any challenge in your life, know that there's something good that's going to happen. There's going to be this, and there is this bright light at the end of the tunnel. Remember, like I always say, this channel is about building each other up. If you're interested in anything food, beauty, hair related, whatever, talks, motivation, guys, this is a channel that you should, be subscribed to and you should be following. Go ahead and follow me. And guys, subscribe, share, make sure you touch that bell so that if I come live or if I share anything, you will surely get a notification. Remember that it's always plenty of love from me to you guys. Thank you so much. This means so much to me. I appreciate the support and the everything, every good thing. I mean, everything that happened today. This is just the beginning of every good thing that we're going to have. We're going to have lots of fun, joy, and happiness, guys. Thank you so much. And God bless you and enjoy your week. Bye-bye.